So moved.
My name is Judith, and I want to tell you about my Christian upbringing and what brought me to where I am right now. I was born into a family of Christians, and they were Seventh-day Adventists, and I never knew anything else. All of my education from kindergarten on through college was at Seventh-day Adventist college schools. We lived on a campus, and I was baptized when I was 12. That was because all the kids in my elementary school class decided to get baptized at the same time. And it would have been, I would have been an outlier had I not done that, without realizing what it really meant. And it wasn't until jump ahead 50 years to where my brother-in-law at age 85 decided to become baptized after 43 years of marriage to my loving sister. And I started thinking about, I really need to be much closer to the Lord. Every time I would go visit them, we would go to church together, and I would always get a great blessing. But it wasn't until both her husband and my husband became ill, really at the same time, with cancer, and we watched them go through just the horrors, and we tried our best to be loving wives and loving children of God. And my husband started coming to church with me. Actually, he had always done that. When I wanted to go to church, he'd take me to church. But he said to me, I want to be baptized. So we came to the Sedona church, and we spoke with the pastor, Morgan, and he said, of course, he said, we would love to baptize you, Phil, into our church. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do that because Phil, though he had given his heart to the Lord, passed away. But I started coming to this church all the time, every Sabbath, falling in love with the Lord again the way I was supposed to, opening my heart to Him, to everyone else that I came in contact with. And since I had been baptized, Pastor Morgan told me that I could declare my faith in Jesus Christ and His Father, and I could be part of the church. So they made me a member last June, and I was so happy about that. I don't see making any changes except to be a better person, to be more loving of everybody as I go through life. And when we see Jesus at that last day, thank you. Having Jesus in my life has made a difference. I don't worry about things so much. I find that I have one thing in my life that I call my miracle, my big miracle, and I was healed. And now I have little miracles in my life. When I can't find my keys and I've got an appointment, I turn around and Jesus shows me there are my keys. I have a peace. Even though what's happened in our country in the last few years, I have a peace now. I pray every day that the Lord bless me, bless my relatives and my loved ones, and bless His church and all of my friends there. And it's caused me not to be so uptight. And I do believe that the Lord has blessed us through this last election. I believe He's going to bless us going through the next 4 years at least, and that makes me very happy. What I would ask of the Lord is to bless everyone who is watching this, listening to what I have to say, that they can have the same joy in their hearts and the same love of Jesus, and know that we are never alone. Jesus is always at our side, no matter what. My sister told me one time that Jesus will not leave you unless you tell Him to leave. And I've never told Him to leave, and He's been with me all my life. Someone asked me how the Lord changed my life. And I need to reiterate that I knew that the Lord was always with me. And that once I realized that and started studying His Word with our church family and studying on my own, that He will always be with me whenever I need Him. And I just need to trust that He can repair anything in me or around me. And I am not to be concerned about how He does it. Because as I heard this morning on the radio, He is perfect. He knows how to make things work. And so I don't need to worry about that. And on the radio they spoke and said, because we'll know it when we're in heaven with Him. At the second coming, we'll know how come He did something for us in a certain way. But we may not know it now. We just need to love Him and trust Him.